Hello there, how are you today? I'm here in ESO. We're going to be looking at another house today. This is going to be the before tour of the house. And I'm doing this now because I just finished decorating this house. So now I get to do an after version of this house. So I'm quite looking forward to that. First thing, let's see here, will that work? That worked. Okay. So the first thing, I thought I'd show you the outside of it because you really don't get a sense of it once you're inside the walls of the place. Now here, I'm going to turn this on, show you where we are. We are up here. The old Velothi harbor house. There is a little harbor and dock right beside it. You'll see that as we head in the front door. And we are in Vardenfell here. Now your map won't look like this. I've got a whole lot of things turned on here. But that's just me. And this is Vardenfell. It sits up here in this little bay. I always think of this as like Hudson Bay here in Canada, except it's just a great big old island in the middle of it. So there we go. That's where we currently are, right there. So this is what it looks like on the outside. There are some ruins back here behind me. Now the weather is just starting to clear up, although as you can see, our neighbors aren't very friendly. So we're just going to leave them alone for right now. I don't think killing the neighbors is exactly what I had in mind here today as we have a look at this, at our neighborhood here. It has cleared up. It was raining up until just a second ago. I hope the sky clears. This area has a very strange kind of beauty, but man, on a sunny day in here, it's actually pretty nice. It's growing on me. I did not used to like Vardenfell, but these days I am loving it. Been doing a lot of fishing here. Been spending a lot of time. You can see up there, there's more buildings and stuff to explore. And if you do like fishing, right outside the house, we've got this lovely little dock. So there was a bit of a harbor here once upon a time, and this bug house is here. Now this is called a bug house because it's made out of the body, the carapace of a very large dead bug. Exciting, right? And now this house has got a bit of a story for me. I bought it extremely late. You know, it's 3:30 in the morning and you can't sleep and you're overtired and you get into ESO and you're wandering around, and I got some bright idea in my head that I was going to have some great big plan for this house. And I bought it, spur of the moment. Now it's 300 and some gold coins if you're buying it for in-game gold. You do have to have an achievement here in Vardenfell to be able to buy it, but apparently I had that, so I bought the thing and then completely forgot all about it. And it was a few days or more had gone by before I noticed I owned this house, and I thought, oh my gosh, I kind of remember buying this vaguely. I wonder why I bought this darn thing. And I had a big plan at the time I bought it. I remember having the plan. I just have no idea what the plan was. So I've owned this house for about a year and I have no idea why. So it finally the other day I said, well, you know, maybe it's time I attempt to do something with it, because whatever the plan was, apparently it's not coming back. So it's just a little place. There are two doors. There is the door we came in, and then this one, which sort of goes directly toward that ruin there. It comes with this little shed. There is a well. There are various mushrooms that you can remove. The big tree is not removable, and the great big mushroom around back is not removable, but all these others are. You can take them out if you want to. This walkway, it's all individual pieces, and these little support things along the way, these are all removable as well. Now what I can do, I will click on this. There's the price. So it was pretty cheap. It was pretty cheap. We're going to preview it furnished. I did not buy it furnished because I could make anything that was in here. If you buy it furnished, you have to pay crowns for it, and I had no intention of paying actual crowns for this place. But let's see, let's get rid of that again and we'll go inside. So, you know, when you look at it, you really kind of are inside of a big bug. Now you know what bug food tastes or feels like, right? Now, okay, all the books in here that's pretty cool. And there are some paintings. That tree painting there, I believe you can only get through buying crowns, and there are 2 of them. These you can, these lovely cabinets here, these are things you can craft or buy in auction houses, but those long sets of books, these you can buy in auction houses. They're not inexpensive, but they're buyable. That painting, you know what? I'm looking at what's actually in here and what it would cost in gold to buy, or what some things would cost because they're only available in crowns anyway. This house might be one of the few, the very few, that I might, had I realized it, I would have bought. I would have paid the crowns for this. I love this furniture. I didn't even realize what was in here. I'll be honest. When I looked at it, I bought it sight unseen, I guess. I came here, bought it without even looking at the furnishings. I quite like what's in here. And I ended up using, actually, this style very much, well, not entirely, but very much this style to have furnished mine with, too, oddly enough. Well, that's interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's some really good furnishings in here in terms of price and availability. So just a little circle of a basement, nothing fancy there. The storage shelves are built in. You can't remove those. The door is lovely, isn't it? Look at the work on that. That is so pretty. I quite like that. And then you've got a bit of a landing here, something you can fall off of there. Oh, look at that. I have a different piece, but I ended up putting a chest right there too, because I kept coming down the stairs and making the turn too sharp, and then catching my toe on that board there, and then jumping off and falling repeatedly. Yeah, a lot. Love those tables with the inlaid metal like that. That's actually very pretty. Makes a nice wee bedroom. Ooh, lots of those cabinets. Darn, really, that's nice. And the big painting again. Jeez, these are beautiful. Okay, this house might be one that is absolutely worth paying the 5,000 crowns for, furnished. This is pretty darn nice. I have to admit, I like what's in here. Had I seen this, I might have done that at the time. Wow. No kidding. It sure would have saved me a lot of gold. I ended up spending about 2 million gold furnishing this place. The house was cheap. Furnishing it cost a fortune. I didn't have all of the patterns available. There were some things I could not find. I had to spend the pattern money, and they weren't cheap. So some of the patterns I bought actually cost more than the house did. But that's it. That's all there is to it. It is the shell of a big bug. It's got some mud brick filling in things to make rooms for you. And there she be. That's the whole house. And it feels very dusty to me. It always feels very dusty. The walls out here are worst. The walls feel like I need a drink of water. Not sure why, but it affects me that way every time. So this is it. There is a little balcony up there. Sorry, off what's the bedroom there upstairs? There's another door goes to that little balcony. You can just see up top there. But this is it. It's not a big fancy place, and apparently I felt it was some sort of challenge that I needed to face. So I bought it, and now I own it, and now it's decorated. So now I'm going to log into my other account in which I own this house, and I will be doing a second recording that will be up in a while to show you what I ended up doing with it. Looks a little bit different, just a little bit. Until I see you next time, live your life happy. Let's try to build it beautiful, and gosh, I hope you enjoy ESO Housing as much as I do. It's so fun. Bye-bye, guys.